good evening.
Yes.
Welcome to our last Monday before we go on leave, so feel free to join online as well.
We'll brief about the meditation,
Yes, we will,
few talks about Ascension. Let's start on the Facebook one first. 1 second, give
Yes.
me a second, my love. Light code, Ascension.
Battery. We are on?
Yes, 1, 2, 3.
Yes. Heart greetings, beautiful souls. We are live for our last Monday before our leave, before we go for 3 weeks. So if you feel like joining the meditation, the activation online, it's not too late. You can connect the link maybe somewhere around the video. And yes, and or else we will meet in September for the next one. So we'll brief the session a little bit because we have a very strong masculine energy in the room, and we are very honored to have men.
The huge honor, a shift in the whole consciousness.
We have a pure balanced room, half feminine and half masculine bodies, which is beautiful. Alright, so we are going to talk a topic for 20 minutes, usually is what we do. We don't mention the topic before because we never know what we'll talk about. And then we will guide you through breathing, so breathing exercise, a bit of spine exercise as well, so we prepare your physical body. And we also prepare your mind to drop into your heart space. So your conscious mind is at the minimum activity. Alright, so the breath is one of the most rapid, efficient tool that we have, that you have, to center yourself and to also build electricity in your body and to open up the bandwidth of your nervous system. So this is the breath. And from your breath, we will guide you from grounding and connecting to the source, and opening your heart space and being into your heart, which is your multidimensional gateway here. And we will go through the heart resonance technique. So the heart resonance will be, we'll see how many level volume we will go through, but the aim is to expand into your light body, to reconnect your light body. If it's a bit Chinese to you, it's fine. Just allow yourself to feel the energies, allow yourself to bath.
I like this part when we're always like, we go through it and we sometimes we realize that okay we went so in technical when people are like
so basically
oh, it's Chinese I know.
So basically we prepare your physical layer, and then we prepare in your physical layer your mental layer as well, to neutralize your emotions. Alright, so they are balanced and like centered, and you are in your heart in a state of being only, just being in love with yourself. And preparing your spiritual layers, that will be, so to make it very simple, your light body, where you will bath into your light body, okay? And from there we will call your highest aspect to merge, so that if you know about MerKaBa, diamond bodies, if not it's fine. So we are merging your higher self with your bodies, alright? So this is what will happen, and in between will be a bit of sound here and there to help the frequencies, to calibrate the frequency of the room, to help you integrate as well, or open up or release. There will be light language or light codes, light transmission. So if we start doing some toning with the voice, we are tuning the room, we are tuning the frequency, so allow us to do it. If you feel like you want to tone with us,
gently you can
gently
join
internally with your like this.
You can join if you want. It's very good if you practice that, you know, that's beautiful.
If not, it's perfectly fine.
Frequency.
We don't ask you to do it, but if you had this surge of doing it, it means that your channel is asking you to be tuned as well with your voice instrument. So we do like maybe light language, light codes, light transmission. So we talk like a language that your mind doesn't know, but that your heart knows. Alright?
So it's not cognitively understood. So it might sound, we are emitting a frequency where in your heart, in your space, you start receiving that and feeling something happening. So you cannot translate it in that sense, I mean, as a language, as a
But you may know what it means through visions, if you are clairvoyant, through claircognizance, if you receive information and you have this inner knowing. You can receive it through clairaudience as well, like the message is being delivered to you. Or being projected into a space as well, where you are meeting other consciousness or beings or entities, or you're meeting another part of yourselves, where you understand what's happening in the transmissions. Understand that what you need to receive today is going to be delivered to you, as we are connected in one field, one morphogenetic field, and we are serving and we are at service, so you receive what needs to be received in that space. We don't know what will come through, we are just allowing it.
Yeah, in that sense, once we start into the meditation and relax and open up, and then heart to heart and bringing the love and going to the heart resonance, into the full technique we are teaching, and then that allows a certain vortex of energy to open up for the guidance, for any layer that's stopping us from the receiving guidance to open up, and then you might receive your own vision, you might receive your own guidance, and we don't know how much we can bring through. So the channeling will open, and then we start giving messages sometime, or light language we say it, and the light code, which is high frequency energy coming from cosmos in that sense. And then at the end we'll complete the transmission and you receive, and then we go into another part, which is projecting that high frequency of love and the vortex and all the ascension energy. We call it ascension because we're lifting, increasing the energy in love and unity. We project it into the field, into the earth itself. So you imagine your reality start being receiving this, and the universe receiving what we are sending, which is love and unity and high frequency, and start reflecting back. So you shift your reality with your vibration. You're asking your reality to be in harmonious as you are sending that vibration to it. So you visualize your house,
your relationship,
anything you want to work on or heal or manifest in higher dimensions, higher frequency possible to you. Start seeing them harmonious with all this, what you experience, all what you brought in as light. That's how you actually communicate with the universe to shift reality. Say, see how beautiful that I collect energy, I'm sending it to you, please send it back to me through my environment. And it's like, then your energy back like this, you go to work, and we have a lot of examples in work specifically because we have male energy. You go and you emit that frequency of harmonious and light to your colleague, to the environment, to even story happening. You realign, restructure that through that vibration, and see reflection coming more harmonious. Of course, in the work you want more success, abundance, harmony, and that's what you need to project.
Health, prosperity.
Health of your body, of course, relationship, understanding in love, more love in a relationship. All these, you start sending it at the end of the meditation, because you are at the highest. So you are not coming from the mind, you're coming from the heart with all the energy of the universe. And if you understood this, you can even repeat it at home. It's pretty much normal. The only difference here, it's in the mood, the energy is there, we are guiding, it's much easier, much powerful. That's it. Otherwise you can.
So we're inviting you to fully allowing it, to give yourself the permission to receive, not to resist, not to let go, not to resist and to let go. Sorry for that. Just allowing it and receiving it.
And we have Rahaf. Hello, Rahaf.
Understand that you have a powerful light inside you. So allow it to ignite, allow it to shine, allow it to radiate through time and space, through dimensions, throughout the entire universe. This light is your signature. When you change your signature, you are sending it so it can be received and sent back to you with the highest possibilities and opportunities that match that new signature. And every time you practice, every time you meditate, every time you come here, you are refining your signature to the highest frequency. So you receive those opportunities back to you for your growth, for your evolution, for your mission, for your expression in this lifetime, and for all the expression that you have in other dimensions. So upgrading tuning, refining your signature. Yeah?
So it's an invitation for your 100% participation, openness.
You are in a safe space, so the frequencies coming through are, high frequency, pure love. Alright? If there's anything that comes and may frighten you, it's fine. It's an aspect of you that needs to be seen and reintegrated.
Just release it, just witness it and say release it.
Yeah, if you need assistance, you can ask us and we'll come to you. Usually we see, so we will come to you. We may also come to you directly and touch you if needed. So I believe we all have the yes, in case it happens. And but yes, I'm going to give myself the permission to speak about September.
Yes.
Yes, you have the permission.
Oh, thank you. Permission granted. Yes. All right. So we are leaving for 3 weeks. We are coming back mid-September. We have a program ready for September and October. So Monday starts again on the 17th, and every Monday till Egypt retreat that will be in October. We have a voice activation workshop on the 21st and 22nd with an opera singer, voice coach, and healer. She's done the sound healing course here. She's activating her channeling voice as well, and she will come. It's Jen Lang. She will come and teach for 12 committed souls to connect to their voice, to their core voice, their voice instruments, and activating the keys within. So if you're interested, 21st and 22nd of September. The other course after that, 28th and 29th, it's the level 1, volume 1 of the Ascension Alchemy School. I received in my dream yesterday Ascension Alchemy Academy. But George was saying,
so
yes, school
lovely.
first, academy.
Let's start with the school first, then we go to academy.
It was like, oh yes, academy, of course, AAA.
We are projecting the seed for.
So Ascension Alchemy School, level volume 1, 28th, 29th. We have done the first course last weekend. We are going to reshape it a little bit. Same for 12 souls. Level 2 will come in October.
So in that course, we learn what we are almost doing every Monday, which is the heart resonance. And you learn about ascension, a bit more about shifting reality through the quantum physics and understanding the consciousness affect reality. And you learn about manifestations through the heart. All these in 2 days. And we've done the last Friday and Saturday, Friday. And we have our participant, we call them participant.
Alchemist.
Alchemist in the making.
Alchemist in the making. I love this one. Alchemist in the making.
The academy people. We are the school people. The academy people now.
Yes. It's beautiful because you shift in many levels. You shift in your consciousness, you shift in your reality and your heart. You learn how to master it. And you start seeing results immediately. Like today she came to me, it's like, my first result, this is what happened to me. And I saw it, I witnessed it, and I was like, bravo. And I realized, once you have knowledge, you have the power, it's always there. You just being not taught, I would say.
The awareness, awareness / knowledge to reconnect with the knowing.
Let's put it in knowing. I always use knowing. Then you know that it's always there, but never been believe in yourself, I would say. One. Second, practice it because you are not being empowered, let's say. And the time now is more better than before. We have a lot of knowing about, let's say, law of attraction. It's been everywhere. So now we know that the mind and the heart and the consciousness are actually working together towards shifting our timelines. And I'll explain a lot about quantum physics, also para-reality, so you become more comfortable of diving into this alchemy.
So that is on the 28th and 29th of September, if you feel like joining, or inviting your friends, for those who have attended. And then...
And part of the course, you become part of the school that we are building together, and you always get a lot of discounts and a lot of materials sent to all the students. So, because once we have this community, you might also studying something else and so on, so you can spread it everywhere with the new knowledge and new awareness and new tools that being received. So we encourage everyone who comes on Monday, of course, to, if this resonates with you, please join. So awaken yourself, awaken the whole earth.
Continue the growth.
Continue the growth, exactly. That's the
And
point.
October, there's the retreat in Egypt, so we call it the Galactic retreat, because 4 galactic channels on sacred sites is gonna be a full spaceship of activation. It's gonna be 9 days, yeah. So the trip is amazing. If you are called to join, all the details is online as well. It's gonna be like we call it the one-way ticket of 5D embodiment. So
5D
yeah, it's gonna
means
be
5-dimensional
yes.
reality. So it's like, wow, I just haven't changed reality.
So that's
You know,
September.
the
and
sacred
October.
site in Egypt is very powerful. It has always alignment in the stars.
Remember the
Experiencing
88
there
portal?
with the guidance and vortex open is frequency changing. It's like your body changing.
The sacred space and the sacred sites, they are based on sacred geometry. So the sacred geometry hold the frequencies, the universal frequencies. So the frequencies that hold the key codes of the informational field of creation. So when you step into it, it's not because you don't see it that it doesn't work. Those geometric shapes are already embedded, and when you step into that field, your DNA retrieves those information and start reactivating inside. So this is what is a sacred site. Now, whatever information has been embedded in the land or in that site, in that vortex of energy, you have the access, the direct access to it. So each morning we open your channel, we also give instruction on how to connect to those vortex, in those vortex. You arrive,
this vision, allowing
you
this
are downloading.
downloads.
When you download, what happens? You send it to Earth as a grid programmer, and what happens? You upload it in the collective field. So everyone is able to tap into it. So you're not the only one to do it, we are doing it as a collective, and we are not the only group to do it. Many groups
there is
before
always-
and many groups
Always
after.
visitation to that
It's
side.
keep on opening this way so we can shift the frequency of the earth, entering in on new earth and awakening humanity.
Yeah, it's individual upgrade
Yeah.
and collective upgrade. So
Yeah.
it's like you work on yourself and yet
Yeah.
work on the land and spread everywhere.
So what we are doing here, you are being tuned as a grid node, like a mobile grid node. So you move
Antennas.
antennas. You're like
To the earth.
move it like a walking pyramid. So actually like a diamond, because pyramids they also have the down shape. So you're like a diamond. So this is basically the diamond.
Sacred geometry.
Yeah. And you move wherever you go. You diamondize everything when it's fully activated. And you have the static sites that are in Egypt, like in all continents. And some are etheric and some are physical. So you do that. So on the grid, around the earth, the crystalline grid, you are mobile. Mobile is English, no? Like
Yeah, mobile. You can
an
say
immobile, like a mobile. You are like a movable. Pyramid. See,
It's
like
like
Pac-Man.
You mean a moving antenna, mobile.
A moving antenna, yeah.
Yeah, literally.
In French it's
Our
mobile.
body,
Huh?
cellular. yes.
Cellular device, yeah.
Yes.
Cellular
Our
device.
body with our consciousness is by itself a sacred geometry, and we emit energy and we send energy like all the time, because we have consciousness, our body made from the earth and so on. So wherever you go, if you tune, if you
Like
meditate,
Wi-Fi.
you become a channel there, and especially when it's sacred site, let's connect with certain point, you become like a powerful antenna there.
So imagine all those little diamonds coming into the big diamond. It's like
This is
a
alchemy.
massive server. Right?
But basically, this is alchemy. This is on the ancient times. This is what they used to do. The people, they need to train up first the body, train their channels and their light body, which is a vehicle around you and energy moving around you. And then they go certain places and they gather and then bring energy. That's how it works. How is mechanics of the whole universe upgrade and receive.
So we were talking about the order of Melchizedek, and the initial school is actually in Egypt, in the temple of Horus, that we will visit obviously. and this is where the first alchemy school has been created at the time of Golden Age in Egypt.
In the ancient Egypt, if you are connecting with that times.
Yeah.
Those, by the way, even if you have not tapped into that information as history, but somehow in our consciousness, all the human, the moment you see the pyramid, the majesty of it, it just hits you that you know it. It's like, what? Why it feels so majestic that I am so drawn? And if you meditate, you'll see like as your consciousness know that place.
Because
Because
you've been there as a
ancient
priest,
Egypt,
or tapping into collective memory as priest inside,
Yes.
how to use the healing roads, and
they've been placed
Who
there
was
to
here for-
remind humanity about our connection.
who was here
That's why
during
they're built huge.
were you here for the Serapis Bay transmission when he came?
I'm sorry.
Serapis Bay? No. So Serapis Bay came in transmission in the Monday 2 months and a half. They came as a pharaoh, and in the transmission,
It was
and
the architect. He was talking
yeah.
about architect.
So actually, so Serapis Bay, one of his incarnations. So Serapis Bay is the Ascended Master, the keeper of the Ascension flame, and he has actually a place in Egypt, it's at Serapeum, and this is the only place in the world where in that space there's alien boxes. Like you have huge granite box, and it's alien boxes, like literally.
Foreign to the earth, basically. So there is a space, there is a place there in Egypt, and it's
It's next to
called
Cairo,
Serapeum, based on the name of that Ascended
It's
Master.
Dashur, yeah.
And they
Serapeum.
discover, I think very recent, I don't know, a couple of years ago or something, they found huge granite, was it granite or what kind of stone, I don't remember, huge, that they know that they can recognize that this is foreign to the earth, it's not possible for our technology.
Yeah.
And
it's
there's like
there.
spaceship engraving on it and stuff like this. Anyway,
The 24 of them buried under the pyramids, Gaia.net.
Gaia, they will talk about them, of course.
And they're kind of leading a team of scientists to figure out what they are, but they're meant to be, I think, to trap electromagnetic energy.
this is a bit different. I'm not sure it's the same thing.
The 24,000-ton boxes.
Oh,
those
it's
are
black?
this one,
Oh,
the
this is
black
the same
one.
there.
This
Okay,
is
so
one.
they're under the
Correct.
pyramid as a transmitter of energy. Yes, very correct.
This
Yes.
is the same.
That's why it's not only a pyramid, it's a diamond.
So
Yeah.
what we were sharing with you,
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
They are
What-
anchoring those energy on Earth, yes.
basically when we're sharing with you
Stargates of
those,
Sirius.
I know sometimes we sound beautifully nice spiritual talk. Yeah, nice, we connect with the earth. To be honest, on the ancient technology, in the ancient Egypt and those stuff, this is real. This is how they were doing it. They transmit energy from the cosmos. We get affected. They build a pyramid for it, physical. It's not like they fancy it. It's nice. You know what I mean? So
It's not a tomb.
now those information is coming to the surface, and we are taking our power back as a human being, multidimensional. It's not anymore like, okay, 3D separate. No. Now we are remembering, okay, so if I meditate, I connect, if I go to sacred site, that's what happened. Yes, used to do that. That's why they built the pyramid. That's why they built this huge.
Even like Stonehenge.
How many tons,
and-
you said?
1,000 ton per battery, 24 of them buried under the pyramids.
Can you imagine someone build this and it's just stone? No, of course it's not just stone. It's not possible.
So the same is the same in sacred cathedral or Stonehenge, like the Druids' time. So there's a lot of course, that sites around the world. And so I just finished the Serapis Bay session. So he came, and actually one of the incarnation of Serapis Bay was a pharaoh, I forgot his name, the husband of Nefertiti. And Serapis Bay was the architect of the Giza pyramid. And he came in the session with the cause of building the blueprint template of the pyramid. That's why in the 8.8 we rebuilt that blueprint template of the pyramid when we were like, we are not projecting yourself, because you're actually in it, because the codes were rebuilt around us. It's cool, huh?
Sixth density.
So
Technology.
they were like a huge device, like it was beautiful, like the way the blueprint template of the pyramid was like, there's a huge device on top of it. So he came in that sense. So Serapis Bay has a huge role in Egypt, as well as a teacher and holding codes there for Ascension. And one of the message is from one of our friends, and that has been also confirmed with a couple of channels. World peace will come through Egypt, and then Middle East.
Initiation will
Yeah,
start
initiation in Egypt.
there. Yeah, we also heard it from a couple of friends from Egypt, Egyptian people,
Yeah.
friend. I remember some of them, they have no idea about meditation before, and they were attending some of the meditations like, oh, what about angel and consciousness, and this is new to me and so on. And then we gave whatever we advise and experience, and they went through certain journey in 6 months, just 6 months. I remember she was here, and they are in Egypt because they've been instructed to continue the work. Seriously, I'm not joking. She was like, I receive information, I have to go to Egypt, there's something I have to do there, I need to find some stuff, the awakening will start in Egypt. And I was like, that's exactly what I was we've been receiving couple of months ago, and we know that some people will get that antenna open and receive the knowing.
So,
and bless her, she's there, and a couple of her friends
and
also.
she'll be there at the retreat as well. Like
Because
coming with us.
great knowledge is still available there, hidden somewhere in libraries and books.
And
Those
also
knowledge will
etheric.
boost everything, all the knowing of everyone. Because ancient knowledge, now you have a proof that it's written there. It will open up everything, and then of course all the other sacred sites will boost again, and the awakening will continue. Of course, how fast, it's up to humanity, but it will be initiated and it started. If you've done your homework a little bit, just write Ascension. See how many people talking about the awakening that's happening right now. But the more information, more people waiting. So, okay, I'll do my part. What is my part? And then.
So one of the other aspects, and then we will start of this Egypt. We are not only bringing the group to have fun. I understand it's going to be like a Ascension particle convergence, but as for us, with Azil, Nada, and the both of us, there is a work on the land that is going to be done, and with a energetical artifact and code to be reawakened there. So it's a bit of a surprise till now, but we'll see what will happen. And this is one of Azil's specialty. Yeah,
Gift.
he's like you can ask him, or maybe you can read on his website. He's got stories about things where he's been assigned. His channel is asking him to travel and to discover things that are buried.
Some foreign lands like
buried
Philippines, for
things.
example. He's never been there.
Bali.
and Philippines, right?
No, it was Bali, and fixing etheric pieces in Bali temple that are holding that are on ley lines, and if the temple collapse, all the vortexes on Earth are affected. So
yeah.
he's been assigned there. The highest priests were waiting for him.
And some of the priests there, they never met him. The moment they met him,
they
those
were
people, they
waiting
still
for
connected.
you.
It's
The
like
inner
they
Earth.
hear the
Yeah.
story and then they connect with their
Yeah.
own
So
connection.
they were calling him to fix
So
those
you are
artifacts.
who's going to fix it.
Yeah.
Like they've been waiting. You know, it's like, I know it's.
And then the inner
But
Earth
that's
came,
happening.
and the inner Earth came to assist the reconstruction of those certain pieces and stuff like this. Like, so it was at the same time physical and non-physical.
So what is his gift exactly?
He opened his
he's
channel
He's a
and-
channel.
Yeah, he opened a channel and the channel work on his energy for a while to sustain a lot of
So,
receiving
Downloads.
archangelic and cross consciousness.
from Sirius and
Can you
then
say that again?
Archangelic frequencies and like consciousness, and
angelic from
Christ consciousness
Christ
is
from Sirius star specifically. And those people, that long story about Star Sirius, work with all the all ancient culture. All the ancient culture, they have something about Sirius, Star Sirius. So they know it. Basically, they know all what's happening on Earth, and they guide him because they need someone here on Earth to help. So okay, we'll work on you so you can hold energy, and then we give you certain things to go, and then we'll ask them to accept you, and that's a full thing.
So one of the serious aspects, and then we close and we start. Hathor, the Hathor star nation. So Hathor is one of the main goddess. It was a teacher of Isis, and she's aside the cosmic mother, like the feminine principle, or the mother principle. She's the queen of frequencies, and she was shifting every day to her counterpart in Sirius to retrieve the knowledge and teaching to bring it on Earth. And she is teaching frequencies, so she is very connected to us, for example,
She works with many. Hathor, if you connect
She's
with
like
that's why we were talking about.
Star
We
Nation.
were talking about the voice.
Yeah.
If you tune, Hathor will be energy in that sense. Will help you first to tune your vibration, and then something will open up. Because once we channel her also, Hathor, she said the moment you tune your voice box, your antenna open, and your antenna can receive energy. And I was like, she showed me the picture, and I was like, oh, we have to practice voice every day. Like serious, this is how she gave me a technology. It's like this is the okay, I got it.
So those frequency technology, they are teaching it,
Yeah.
and it's part of the golden age and the ascension teaching from Egypt, and they're able to tap into that consciousness. It's not one individual entity; it's a collective, like a huge collective.
A huge collective.
She's not one animal; she built the collective.
Yeah, now it's being called Hathor Nation,
Star Nation, yeah.
Star Nation, not anymore
Hathors.
person, one person.
So all like tuned to frequencies, I tune to them. All right,
Alright,
beautiful.
so this is the
So
intro
many-
to put you in the mood.
Thank you so
Okay,
much.
I'm excited. Where is the channel? Show me, connect me.
Thank you
This is it,
guys
yeah.
online. See you very soon. Planning is on the website, and we see you in September. Love you all.
Love you.
I hope